All right, chat. I want to say thank you to Bandai Namco for sponsoring today's stream. We're going to be checking out Code Vein 2. The game just came out in early access. If you have the Deluxe or Ultimate Edition, the game launches globally on January 29th for like the Standard Edition. We spent some time yesterday already making our character, so yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it.
Holy shit, this is so hot.
Yeah, you guys can learn more about the game by typing !Code Vein in the chat. You can also click the panel below the stream.
Long ago,
Let me
the world was racked by a great disaster
update my pinned message.
known as the Resurgence.
Also, let me turn off my sub alerts.
The Resurgence corrupts everything it touches. In the blink of an eye,
Oh, and
the world
shoot.
changed.
Well, we
vast
watched this
majority of
cutscene
humans
yesterday,
and
so
animals
it's okay if I'm not
transformed into vicious
fully
horrors.
focused here. I need to change my YouTube title. One sec.
It was not long before human society fell apart. In their place, rising from the shadows of history, were the Revenants. Idris, the most revered and honored of all Revenants, sought out and found a way to seal the Resurgence. Yet that victory, such as it was short-lived. As time passed, the seal gradually weakened, as all things must, and it neared a fatal failure.
Yo, Blighttown, thank you for the Prime
100
sub.
years ago, a great battle was waged. Revenants fought desperately in an attempt to restore the strength of the seal. Many brave Revenants, in fact, the very bravest, met their end in this battle.
For those who haven't seen Code Vein
the
before, it
upheaval.
is a Souls-like game.
The heroes of that conflict managed to reseal the Resurgence in a great, moon-like shell that hangs in the sky. Today we honor them and their memory as heroes for their noble sacrifice. Even now, Calamity itself is held at bay by the mighty seal of the Luna Rapaces, which devours the life force of those heroes. And now... "100 years have come and gone since the Battle of the Upheaval.
Am I giving this
And
game?
one day, when
I
those
mean,
heroes'
I'll
strength is
probably,
spent,
assuming I like,
this
you know,
world
I'm enjoying the game. I imagine I'll play through the whole game. I mean, I really enjoy playing Souls-likes, so.
Lou, it's time.
Yeah, we'll most likely do a full playthrough of the game, I reckon. I mean, we played through all of Code Vein 1. Gathering dust in that heart cavity. Well, maybe it's not like... Maybe it's like a glass window, you know?
It's all right. Don't
All right.
worry. There's no need to rush, okay?
Well,
So,
I already made my
Do you think you can
big
remember what you
redhead
looked like?
lady. Why? Oh, there we go. I don't remember how to do this on controller. Ah, yes. Perfect. Great. Name. Dist.
Excellent. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance at last. All right, then. I need you to wake up now.
I made a few other characters as well, though, so we could always swap between them. We don't have to use this character the whole time.
Ah, you've come too. As I feared, the memories may still take some time to return. Forgive me, I certainly didn't mean to startle you. My name is Lou MagMell. I am a revenant. Bear with me, for this may come as a shock. You have died once already.
Lou MagMell is a choice. Lou MagMell.
This is where I used a ritual to resurrect you. I gave half of my heart in order to restore yours.
We watched this the other day during the character creation demo, but I figured
As a consequence, we now
we'll watch
share
it
the same
again
heart,
since some
you
people
and I.
probably didn't see this.
We are two lives intertwined as one. You seem well, all things considered.
I don't know if I like the mask either.
I'm glad. Do you think you can stand? There is someone that I'd very much like for you to meet.
The mask is too edgy.
I know it's all new, but it's okay. You can trust me. I shall guide you. Please follow me. How do you feel? Don't hesitate to tell me if you don't feel well.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm pretty giant.
This area was constructed underground. Let's take the elevator to the surface.
You like how I do red hair so often? I do make red hair characters a lot. That is true.
Our destination is the tower on the hill.
Flower.
Until a century ago, by
Oh, I didn't mean to I wanted to listen to that. I didn't mean to skip that. I'm sorry, chat. I was just trying to press RB to loot the walnuts. No lore during sponsor. Listen, I tried, alright? Where am I going? Just picking the fields. Getting some onions. Flour. No, I made my character this big. Where am I actually meant to be going right now? The bosses are gonna look tiny. top of the hill, she said. Hmm. You would have known if you had let her talk. Okay, dude. I didn't mean to. I think maybe interrupting that dialogue was a mistake. I think we're supposed to go in here. I missed the very obvious signposting.
These two were once revenants.
It's fine, I was
turned to
looting all the
stone by
onions.
Forma. A century ago, one came to raid MagMell Island. The other is a revenant who tried to thwart him. Their duel ended in lethal blows, a moment that now stands forever frozen. In any case, come along. We should
Is
be
this
going.
gonna be hitless? Yeah.
There's someone expecting you at the top of the tower.
We're not fighting this guy? He's definitely gonna... Something... Oh, this guy got stabbed. Oh, he got... There's a gun. He got stabbed with a gun. Oh, it has a... I'll rip that guy. Just for lore? Maybe. Yes, the bayonet.
This is MagMell. They claim to be preserving the welfare of the people, but I'm not so sure. I mean, have a look around. The place is crawling with revenants. Seems fishy if you ask me.
Hey, it's the Revenant Hunter. Boy, am I glad to see you pull through. They said you've been hurt bad, so I was real worried. I'd have felt terrible if something happened to you after you saved my life.
Revenant society as it is now is propped up by something called forma. Powers unique to the Revenants. These forma grant a range of unique abilities. It looks like hunters such as yourself are able to use them as weapons, too. They say using forma takes a kind of blood called...
Is forma
ichor.
like the
But
job
what do you do if you
thing?
run out during a fight? Huh? You can absorb ichor from wounded enemies? Oh, just the thought makes me lightheaded.
I'm way too tall. I'm the perfect height. Let's go. Oh, it's this lady. She's even taller.
Another world snuffed from existence. Luckily, the residents were all evacuated in time, thanks in no small part to your efforts. My name is Lavinia Rhoda. It is I who carries on
Hello,
the great
Lavinia.
Idris's mission and legacy. It is you, though, who must save the world of man.
Dude, look at how tall she is. And I thought I was tall. Damn.
100 years ago, a group of heroes saved the world from the resurgence. They absorbed its energy into their bodies, the seal consigning them to eternal slumber. But now, unable to bear that burden any longer, the flame of that seal threatens to burn out, which results in what you just witnessed. Explosions that will eradicate the world. Yes. If all of the heroes are allowed to suffer such a fate, not a trace of this world will remain. There's only
How do we
one
stop
way
it?
to prevent this tragedy, before they reach the point of no return. And so, we must break the seal and end them before it is too late. However, these seals are extremely powerful. Nothing capable of opening them is known to exist. Not in our time, at least.
The character's giving the insane side eye.
Our hope, the only hope, is Lu. The sole revenant with the ability to traverse time itself. With a power that incredible, subjugating the heroes becomes a possibility, at least.
I think the game's running
However,
okay for me.
as of yet,
I mean, it hasn't felt
power is
laggy or
not
anything,
fully
but I'm also on a 5090, so I'm probably not the
I
best
ask
person to
now that
ask.
you accompany her back to the past. Help her to perfect her ability and gain true command over the flow of time.
Time jump is successful. We're still where we were only moments ago. MagMell Island. Only now in the past. Thank goodness we made it. I was actually quite nervous, this being my first time jump and all. However, we must have missed our target coordinates. We seem to be in some cave or other on the island. Quickly, let's get outside and figure out where... I'm sorry. Maintaining the link,
Roro.
it requires more energy than I thought.
Who the hell are you?
Not now. Get away from here. In my current state, I'd only hold you back.
A revenant hunter? Not anybody I recognize. Did MagMell hire a guard?
What does it matter? Kill them now before they raise the alarm! I hate rats. Well, can't say I remember hiring you, but if you're game, lend me a hand. Oh, I like you already. I'll just hop on your back real quick. Don't make me regret it.
I feel great! Going all out!
Wow, the NPC is OP. Thanks, dude.
You are definitely no ordinary fighter. Who are you?
We're about the
And
same
how the
height.
hell'd you wind up here?
Where am I?
Uh-huh. Why don't you tell me another one? You're serious, aren't you? Either way, I bet we haven't seen the last of these goons. A friend of mine is further inside, and if I don't find him, there's gonna be some serious trouble. You feel like tagging along? You seem a little lost, but don't worry. There's plenty of wayward folks wandering.
You can have armor for the girl.
Look, you help me out, and I'll make sure you.
I made my character like this, by the way. This is not. If you want to give your character a nice big snow jacket, go right ahead.
Noah. We should find my friend.
Nobody's stopping you.
Chamber. Come on.
All right. So yeah, there's partners in this game. I think you can disable the partners. I think I'm going to. I don't know. I kind of want to disable the partner. I don't know how important they are in this game. When I played Code Vein 1, I also disabled the partner because assimilate partner lends their power to enhance the player. Oh, okay. So I guess this is an option. You get like an ability from them. All right. Yeah, I'm going to assimilate with this guy. Partners provide beneficial effects called linked traits which prove advantageous both in battle and in the field. What those effects are varies depending on the player, or on the partner. Linked traits are only active when your bond with the Revenant is strong. If LP is lost as a result of taking damage, you will also lose the link trait. Okay. The blue gauge connected to your HP is called LP. LP is immortality borrowed from your Revenant partner. Effectively, any damage you take will reduce your LP instead of your HP. It can be recovered by using regeneration. Okay, so you have like armor, I guess. Essentially. Superbia Bloodline.
You got it.
Well, that's nice that you can still get a benefit from them, but also fight by yourself. I like that. It's actually that's pretty nice. The path you have taken thus far could be shown as a trail of light in the air. This is helpful for visualizing where you have yet to explore, and is especially useful when you've lost your way. Your recent path shows up in orange, while older comings and goings show up in blue. Looks more like purple to me. I guess it's not old enough.
The real fight starts here.
And my health bar is pretty tiny. How do I heal myself? The voice does not match. Yeah. Resting at missiles fully restores health. Oh, I guess. Oh, that's a missile. Okay. Is there anything in the boxes?
Make sure you rest up.
We just started Nosferatu. We haven't fought much of anything yet. We've only fought like 3 enemies.
Good.
Can't really say.
Okay. If I'm right, I believe we should be able to talk here at our leisure. This is a space where our minds and the pieces of our hearts intertwine. Perhaps we could call it something fitting like the confluence. Think of it as a private realm.
Playing
that
as a girl in
only you and I
RPG,
can
yeah, it's my
access.
favorite.
It would appear that, while we are in the past, there are only certain conditions under which we can meet and speak. First, I hope you'll forgive me for being such little help.
It's alright.
Even if it's a courtesy, thank you very much for saying so. You are truly kind. Now let's go over the current situation. As Lady Lavinia explained, I have been blessed with a rare power, the ability
We haven't
to
fought
travel
any
back in
bosses
time.
yet.
However, this power remains incomplete. As it stands, I can't actually take us back to the present yet. Fortunately, the MagMell of this era still houses a vast array of formae. Among them, there is one that can augment my ability. I have already located it. Should you manage to obtain this forma, I should be able to traverse the past and present at will. With that power firmly in hand, together, we can work towards preventing our world's demise. First things first, we will have to gain Noah's trust. Once we do that, we'll be able to roam MagMell Island much more freely. Unfortunately, there is a catch, and it is not pleasant. History says that raiders razed this island to the ground. If, as I fear, the bandits in the cave were in fact the raiders.
Yeah, I made my character
And we
look
have
kind
no
of
time to
uninterested
lose.
on purpose.
We need to put a stop to those raiders and rescue Noah's friend as soon as we possibly can.
I just thought it was funny looking. Maybe that's not the right word, but... I don't know what that means, Flame, but... My character is perfectly fine. Damage dealt by your partner shows up as a white portion of the enemy's HP gauge. White portion heals over time, but it can be reduced by attacking the enemy yourself. Okay, well... So I'm not really sure what the benefit I get of... If I can block... Can I parry? Some enemies become bloodthirsty when their health falls below a certain percentage. Bloodthirsty enemies have increased attack power and will focus on attacking the player. I don't think I could parry. I mean, I can still block, though. We just started the game, chat. I really can't give you my impressions of the game at this point. I just am not far enough in. But, you know, if you want to try the game yourself, you can click the panel below the stream or type !CodeVein in the chat to check it out yourself. Okay, yeah.
Starts here.
Oh my.
Not looking great, huh?
No. Can I charge my... Oh, I can backstep. Or wait. I don't remember how any of this stuff works. The charge attack seems pretty strong. I feel like I could have blown up these barrels, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe you can't blow them up.
What a lucky find.
Wind blades. So, how do I equip that? Here. Insufficient jail level.
We're almost there. My friend should be at the inner chamber just ahead. He may be a royal pain in the ass, but there's no friend like him. I can't just leave him hanging. Oh, this is far from over.
It's cool. Is that like an attack buff? Almost dead, guys. I don't want to die. Oh, we're here. Can I, like... I don't think I can activate a shortcut or anything. Yeah, we can jump.
Sure is dark. Human eyes won't cut it in here. You got a light?
Do I? Okay. What is that voice? That's my partner. So you can assimilate your partner. You can make him... yeah, you can assimilate with them. And then they give you, like, their powers. Or you can have them help you. I don't want the AI, though. I would rather just have their powers.
Astonishing. Of all the formae our ancestors accumulated, who'd have thought one of this caliber still lay dormant? Now, just who might you be?
The hell?
Valentin!
Noah, do you know who these people are? I don't recall arranging to meet anyone here.
I swear. Give me a second.
What? Who the hell are these two?
Am I still gonna have 1 HP?
That was a raider ambush, wasn't it?
Oh? Oh is what you've got to say? You nearly got yourself killed!
Noah must have asked you to join him. Thank you. It seems you were quite the help to him. My name is Valentin Voda. I am in charge of forma research efforts here on MagMell Island. So, you're a solo hunter, are you? Tell me, do you have a place to stay in MagMell yet?
No.
I see. In that case, how would you like to help us here? Our forma research can always use a hand. If Noah saw fit to offer you his heart so quickly, that says all I need to know. I hope we get along.
Why don't we save the introductions for later and get back, okay? There could be more bandits lurking around.
I'm afraid I'll need to stay just a little longer, Noah. You see, I've just made a substantial discovery.
Did you hear nothing I just said?
There, it surely won't be long. Actually, I'm rather more concerned for the inhabitants of the island. I want you to return to MagMell without me. Don't fret, I won't be far behind.
Fine, have it your way then. Let's go. We need to warn everybody back at MagMell.
How far did I make it into Bloodborne? We died in Forbidden Woods every time, sadly.
I want you to return to MagMell without me.
Alright, I'll return to
Don't fret,
MagMell.
I won't be far behind.
Reckless idiot. Doesn't appreciate how much harder he makes my job. Crap. But we did manage to avoid the worst with your help. Thanks for pitching in. Let's get our asses back to MagMell.
Yeah, I died to a slug on the ground. It was kind of sad.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Defeating the map jammers found in each area will reveal the surrounding terrain information on the map. Map jammers can be found within the blinking circles on the map, but map jammers that dwell in the dungeons need to be located by going there yourself. Where does this go?
Still works.
I need a shortcut, man. I have no health. Aha.
How about a quick rest?
Raise your level, upgrade your weapon, switch to a more powerful blood code, equip stronger boosters or boosters that fit your playstyle. Get new boosters by using materials to extract the ones you have at Jadwiga's Equipment Transformation Workshop. Oh right, you just increase... Wait, A, level up?
You're getting better all the time.
Oh. Oh, I see. You can change the forma equipped to weapons in your inventory will add a missile. The number of forma that could be equipped to a weapon is limited by that weapon's capacity. There are 4 types of capacity: reliability, handling, conversion, and conductivity. The type and amount required depends on the forma. If equipping a forma would put even one of these over capacity, it cannot be equipped. The forma that a weapon originally came equipped with can be removed, but they cannot be equipped to other weapons. So I guess the forma is like the special attacks on the weapon? Weapon forma fall into the 3 broad categories: combat, magic, and support. Power of combat and magic forma increases or decreases depending on your attributes. Combat ones are dependent on the same attribute as the attribute modifier of your weapon. Magic forma are dependent on mind and willpower. Okay. Oh, right. And your stats are like tied to the blood code that you have, I think it's called. Okay, so I don't have any other ones that I could put on. I could remove them. They said I can remove them, but I can't put... I can't put them on a different weapon anyways? Or I'm not sure. We'll figure out how that works. Can use certain materials to duplicate the forma. Okay. Doesn't destroy it, because I was able to take it off and then put it back on. Oh, this increases your heal amount. Can talk to Lou? Hi, Lou.
Something the matter? I'm glad that everyone is all right. Let's continue on to MagMell with Noah. I have a feeling our path will become clear.
It's a bit bright here. Alright. Should we go back down, I guess? Probably kill the map jammer guy. Still have the flashlight on. Yeah. I like my flashlight. Oh, alright. Hidden area has been revealed on the map. Is this back where I was? Oh yeah, how do I see my past? Oh no, not that button.
You got it.
Ah, there we go. Don't think I've been down there. I think I have, because there were the blue dots in that area. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I missed something. Hitting enemies with drain attacks restores Ichor. Enemies injured by attacks will suffer from bleed buildup. The greater the buildup, the more Ichor restored from a successful drain attack. Note that bleed buildup will reset after a successful drain attack. I don't remember what Ichor is, though.
The real fight starts here.
Like FP. Oh, it's the blue. Yeah, it's the 18 that I have, I believe. When Americans can't English. Oh, sorry for not pronouncing it properly. God forbid. Hitting an enemy with successive attacks may put them in a staggered state, leaving them vulnerable. Perform powerful special drain attacks on staggered enemies. The lock-on marker changes to indicate when a special drain attack is possible. Okay. And that is a slow attack. Holy moly. Alright, so how does... I should have taken that. I don't know how this works.
Not looking great, huh?
Let's see. Can I look at what this does? Oops. Oh, it just temporarily boosts attack power. Okay. Oh, you can repeat the input to continuously slash. Oh, shoot. Okay. I see.
What are you doing? This ain't...
I'm just looting the stuff.
The real fight starts here.
Oh, dang. Gosh, this guy's freaking tanky, dude. What's up, Blue?
Oh, this is far from over.
Yeah, that... The special attack reminds me of, like, Reaper from Neo.
The nectar found in this tree can speed up your recovery. Take it.
Golden blood beads. Oh, nice. That's the thing I can use at the checkpoint.
MagMell is the building furthest through this gate.
Okay. Okay, Noah. Oh, sorry. Okay, we can enhance our regeneration, I think. Oh, yeah, so we can get one more heal. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the map is pretty big. I'm just, oh my gosh. I want to explore, but at the same time, I feel like I should just stick to the story mission for now. Just because we're, like, really early on, and I'm probably gated in certain ways. Like, I can't make progression. I'm also in the past. So yeah, I don't know if I'm meant to be in the past the entire time or how that works.
The real fight starts here.
Come on. That's not going great.
Be out of blood.
Dude, my voice, I don't know if I like my voice. Chat chose the voice for me during the character creator stream. I don't, I don't know how I feel about it though. What's the selling point of this game? Well, I mean, it's a Souls-like. I mean, we haven't fought any bosses yet, but I'm sure, like, Code Vein 1 had a lot of difficult bosses. I imagine this game is probably similar. There's a gun here. What is this? Can I go in this building? Alright, where are we going? Can we go in here? This isn't MagMell, though.
That's the way to the storage tower. MagMell is below the hill.
Okay. Thanks, Noah. Pure platinum. I wanted to look at what that was. I'm not sure. Nope. More platinum.
That looks pretty damn valuable.
Oh, we got a new weapon. Bayonet. Ooh. Can we shoot? How I don't know what I'm doing. It's like it wants to shoot. Oh, I have no Iker. Yeah, I guess it uses Iker. That's, yeah. That would make sense. There's an enemy over here. We just got to give this guy a good fisting. Oh, never mind.
Welcome! Here is Jadwiga's helper. Buy something. Buy everything, okay, too.
Jadwiga's minions can be found serving as merchants all over the frontier. You could buy items from them as well as use other functions available at the workshop in MagMell, such as upgrading or transforming weapons and extracting boosters. Ender Crimson Stone. Enhance the jail. Oh, that's what you use pure platinum for. Sure. Kill him for the bell bearing. Oh, another Crimson Stone. Can I? Oh, I don't like that light. I was gonna say, I don't think I can go down there, because if I do go down there, how do I get back up? Can I show the sky? Yeah. Alright. Let's add a pin here. Can fast travel with the map open? No. Oh, to the bonfires. Yeah, I don't want to do that though. Wait, what is this icon? What is this other icon I missed? I mean, guys, we're in the we literally just started the game. Like, some people are so quick to judge. Like we just started the game. What is this? All right. Well, let's go in the building. Okay, I don't think we're gonna have any lack of onions. We should probably just go inside. Oh, we're in the hub.
Here we are, the MagMell Forma Institute, our base of operations.
That concludes my briefing. Noah and our new hunter here will be standing guard, but I want everyone else to remain duly vigilant.
Wait, how in the world did Valentin beat us back? Looks like Valentin told everyone about you. Why don't you go take a look around the facility? You should introduce yourself, even though it's just standing around. I'm sure they'll end up helping you out in one way or another. After you've...
Alright, well, let's go talk to the peeps. Oh, hello.
I sell tools. Pick your poison.
Oh, it's Jadwiga. Oh, ammo. We had a rifle, right? Maybe now you use ammo instead of Ichor. I mean, maybe you just needed ammo in the first place.
If you have business, then see me in the shop.
Hey,
You
I
better
just did. I just bought rifle ammo from you, lady. She's got some really cool tattoos. Got a tattoo on her hand as well. An S. Heavy history book. Oh, look at the doggy. It's like a wolf, but... Can I pet him? Oh, I can. Okay. Dog has been pet. Soap. You can test the hot spring again. Oh, we get the vaccines for going in here at least. That's nice. Oh, this NPC's here. It's not the best view, though. I mean, maybe if the buildings weren't, you know, falling apart. Stone. What's up,
Wounds
dude?
dangerous. Take this. Can practice ahead.
Mutinous Bracer. Use actions capable of parrying in time with an incoming attack to deflect it and break the enemy's stance. Keep in mind, though, that some enemy attacks cannot be parried. In addition to defensive formae, some combat formae and jails are capable of parrying. Oh, some jails can also parry. I was wondering if you'd be able to do that. Successful parries with defensive formae like Mutinous Bracer consume Ichor. They break the enemy's stance even if you have insufficient Ichor, but deal damage to the player. Press LB just before an enemy attack hits to parry it with the Bracer equipped. Is that here? Okay, yeah. Oh, alright, so... Perfectly blocking enemy attacks reduces stamina consumption. Well, yeah, let's get the parry. Can I test it on this guy? Probably. Oh, this is not going well. There we go. Wait, what? How do I... That does pretty good damage. Uses a lot of stamina, though. This is a big gun, dude. Hello?
Hiya, you new? We do some pretty unusual research. It might be a bit surprising at first. Hiya, you new? We do some pretty...
I'm just exploring the hub, chat. I like to explore, you know? Wine. Where is Lou? I guess we can talk to this guy.
We meet again. I must have passed you both without noticing. Allow me to officially welcome you to MagMell. Our institute is dedicated to the collection, preservation, and research of formae. As it happens, this island is home to the ruins of ancient revenants. To this day, unidentified formae are uncovered regularly. Once these fresh specimens are unearthed, we have a team of formologists and artisans committed to developing new technology from the formae. Bearing that in mind, I'd like to enlist your help on their mission. Assuming our tentative partnership proves fruitful, I will see to it that you are well rewarded. Perhaps there is some forma or other that you desire? Our researchers are searching for formae across the island. I'd like you to meet with them first. Presently, they're focusing their efforts on two primary excavation sites: the ruins at the center of the island, and the water treatment plant along the coast. But according to their reports, not all is going smoothly. Trouble has reared its ugly head. Would you mind visiting the sites and lending them your aid?
Selecting an activated missile on the map allows you to travel there instantly. Okay. Speak to... What are we doing now? Motorcycle mechanic.
Noah appears to have taken a...
Where's the 3 locations I need to go? Because there's one here and one here. Maybe you do 2 of the objectives in one of the same spots. I wonder what this glowing thing is as well. What about these like towers over here too? I guess we can always come back and explore later. Let's just stick to the story for now.
Seems like they're all counting on you. Let's not let them down. We can either
hey, Larksa, thank you for the tier 300 months.
Or to the water treatment plant on the coast. Your choice. Let's get moving.
Let's go to the ruins. Money laundering, or like giving money to Twitch.
Oh, this is far from over.
Dude, this weapon seems pretty good. I want to fight some boss, though. Oh, it's like a triple shot. Pew, pew, pew. I already found Ella's build.
I can make us some food if you want to rest. I'm impressed.
Hi, Jared.
The nectar found in this tree can speed up your recovery. Take it.
Sorry, Nightbot didn't like that. Well, we have another. We have 5 heals now.
This place feels.
Oh, another upgrade stone. You don't manually level your stats. No, your stats are based, like your level increases your max health and stam, and then your stats are based on the blood code that you have. It's basically like a class. This game has like a class system. Yeah, your stats are just directly tied to like your class. But you can change your class whenever. Man, that's like a crazy dodge as well. Wait, what does the LB do? Oh, right, that's the parry. Where did the other guy go? Oh. Dude, we're like... Okay, I'm not gonna lie, Chad. I'm already thinking about if you could do skips with that. Because we just... You can literally... You just, like, go in the air. I know this is a sponsored stream. Seems like it has potential. How do I get in? I guess I gotta go through the front door. There's a spider web blocking me. I guess we probably need to talk to these guys, eh?
I hate to admit it, but we don't stand a chance.
If it isn't the hunter, I'm a forma engineering researcher at MagMell. At the moment, I'm trying to fix up a certain bike. I was in the middle of looking into if these ruins might be hiding a forma that can patch up that ancient drivetrain. But there's trouble inside. Probably the raiders that Valentin mentioned. I got away before they found me, but I won't be getting any research done at this rate. Plus, the island will be in danger as long as they're around. I know it's a lot to ask, but can you get rid of them for me?
Sure. Can I go in now? I can. Yeah, so you do have to just talk.
Oh, this is far from over.
Oh, it seems like there's a range limit on this thing. Fully mastered my blood code. Oh. We have the, what is it? The Lu blood code right now, I think. Said. Bloody weapon salve. I think salves are like, resins in this game. My memory serves me correctly.
Hey, you gonna leave that lying there?
Oh. A bow.
Could this be a revenant anus? That's a powerful form that can snipe from long range. Watch your eye cloak and such.
Real fight starts here.
I am the gunslinger. Wait, how do I equip a bow? Offensive? Ah. Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. Nice. That is Bloodborne. Oh, another upgrade. Nice. Actually, we got 2 of them? By the way, chat, we are sponsored by Bandai Namco to check out Code Vein 2. You guys can all learn more about the game and check it out yourself by clicking the panel above the stream or typing !@ Code Vein in the chat. I missed an item down here. Oh, well, actually, we just unlocked a shortcut, so I guess we can grab it. Progenitor's Bloodstain.
Oh, this is far from over.
Who just said that? Oh, there's a dungeon. Oh, he had a broadsword. Oh my god, I can't shoot. The aiming seems to have some slight issues with verticality. Gun seems pretty good though.
The real fight starts here.
Should probably try to parry more. I'm getting a lot of like random items. Let me see what, maybe I can equip something that heals me. Oh, I can like put the light on my hotbar. This applies blood to my weapon, throwing dagger, gain haze, a drug which increases item pickup rate. Oh, okay. Chemical light, like a prism stone. We have our normal light, Luna suppressant. All status ailments are essentially caused by force divergences. Cures the Luna rapacious status ailment. Stone status ailment.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Why do you keep saying stuff like that, Noah? I'm looting the chest. Bleeding shield. What is that? Oh, it's just for blocking. Oh, this one actually has, like, good guard, though. It looks like it has 100 guarding defense. Let's see. What is jail stats? So, jail is like your fist. We have one fist jail right now. It's when you press... So basically the way that this game works is that you have... Your weapons have special abilities, right? And to use your special abilities, you need Iker, or Iker, however you say it. Anyways, that is the, see the one next to like my leg right now? That is my Ichor. And you use your jail to fist enemies, which gives you Iker. It's this button. So you need to like melee enemies to get your Ichor back. Attack resist stacks.
Oh, this is far from
Whoa. I would like to unlock a shortcut, maybe. Oh, this is the... This is the ladder that I brought down, I think? Oh, gosh.
Stay focused.
Oh. Our partner saved me.
Let's get him. Seriously? Here you go.
Wait, I'm alive again? Oh my god. Oh my gosh, look at that speed. He's jumping up that ladder, dude.
We've got this.
Is there a checkpoint anywhere around here? One out there. I need to rest. It'd be nice if there was a way to recover your heals. Maybe there is, or maybe we'll get away. Also, we have an extra... Oh, no, never mind. We need 2 of the seeds.
Feel that tension in the air? Are you ready?
The real fight starts here.
I need to go back to the ladder. Oh my god, dude, look how much damage these... Oh wait, I should have leveled up. Hold on, I'm gonna go back.
Let's shoot even higher.
Level 6. We could try the Lost Broadsword.
Oh, this is far from over.
Go to the map again. The map is very big. I mean, we're just on, like, Tutorial Island, I think, or something.
The real fight starts here.
Oh, that does a lot of damage. Pretty good. They do a lot of damage to your stamina, but gosh. Getting kind of wrecked, dude. I think it's our first boss fight, chat.
That stone monument.
Oh. Oh, is this like a... Ah.
You never know
It's
what
the
might
stake of
happen.
America.
Better to establish a foothold.
That's nice.
Damn. So much for that.
Edward.
Fight starts here.
I kind of want to... Oh, the parry! That is such a weird attack. It just like charges at you. Oh my god, stop it. Oh! The balls! Oh, looking good. Let's pull out my gun. Oh no, my... Die. Oh, he's got damage reduction. Gun is pretty good. It's the no-hit strats, chat. Okay, hit a reload.
Real fight starts here.
He's trying. It does use a lot of stamina to shoot the gun, though. I'm also gonna run out of ammo kind of soon. I think he'll be dead, though. Oh no. No. Oh no, I'm out. I'm out of cheese, chat. It's okay. It's okay. We got rezzed. Die, Edward. Get wrecked. Hello, motorcycle man.
Okay. I saw the raiders run, so I followed them. We should be in the clear for a while. Thanks for your help. One more thing. Did the raiders
It was
drop
first
that
try.
forma you've got? Give it here. I knew it! This is exactly what I was looking for! The raiders must have been scavenging for formae in the ruins. With this, I just might be able to fix up that bike. I'll repay you, that's a promise. Once the work dies down, find me at MagMell and give me a holler.
You've managed to clear one of the raiders' hideouts and find the forma. Nice. I do wonder who these raiders are, but let's keep it moving. Next is the water treatment plant on the coast.
Alright. Sure. I guess this will take me... Yeah.
You're getting better all the time.
Level 9. Got rune blades. Ooh.
What are we gonna find here?
That's kind of cool. Excuse me. Golden nectar. Wait, that's one that I already looted, right? Yeah. Did we go? I feel like we went over there. Finding more of the heals would be nice. The getting self-rezzed by the partner is pretty strong though, too. Oh look. What was his name? Edgar? He's back.
Starts here. Now's hardly a time to lose hope.
That does a lot of damage. That final hit of the combo does so much. Man, that's got quite the lingering hitbox. Tainted hammer. Oh. Oh, wow. This thing... Am I overburdened? Your evasion capabilities change based on the burden on your attributes. If the burden on all of the 6 attributes is less than half for each, it will change to a high performance quick step. 2 or more attributes become overburdened, it will change to a low performance heavy roll. Equip boosters that increase your attributes. Use forma items or food that increase your attributes. Basically, change your attributes. It's so only my strength is overburdened. I don't know if this does this thing sacrificial edge. What the heck does that do? Greatly increases attack power, but gradually drains HP.
We should probably head back soon.
How do I make it stop? Oh, I guess you can use it to set like RTSR. I guess it doesn't actually kill you. Interesting. I can't even hit a crab. Oh, this is the water. Oh, we made it. I wasn't even meaning to come this way. Well, that works well. Go grab that purple item first.
Oh, this is far from over.
Die, doggy. And this thing does a crap ton of damage. Holy moly.
The nectar found in this tree.
Ooh, nice. We got another one of the heal upgrades. That's good.
You must be the hunter newbie. I'm glad you made it. I'm building a bridge connecting MagMell Island with the mainland, and I need your help. The plan is to use forma to increase the strength of the bridge.
Yeah, it's a Souls-like.
We haven't obtained the forma in question yet. The
Or at
water
least,
treatment plant deep in this cave was built by
I guess this game is feeling a little bit more like an RPG than a Souls-like, but we're not that far into the game. I mean, we fought one boss so far.
Forma capable of reinforcing objects inside, but the place is crawling with horrors. We were at a loss since we couldn't handle the expedition by ourselves. Can you clear out the horrors and secure the area?
Sure.
I don't like how this place feels. Make sure you rest up.
When did Code Vein 1 come out, by the way? I know it's been like a while, I believe. ...2019, yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like it's been a while.
I'm impressed.
Alright, we can get one more heal. Nice. Have 5 heals now.
The real fight starts here.
Oh, I tried. Turned around, though. Okay, we could try again. Wait, I missed because he turned around. I don't know why he turned around. Hi, guys. Wow, this really does increase your... Oh, can I not disable it?
Acceptable
What the heck? Wait, did I activate my buff again? I didn't mean to do that. Wait, when? What? I wonder if there's a way to disable it. Reaper. Puppet Reaper bearing a massive scythe unleash a spinning slash with the scythe. The initial spin can deflect enemy attacks. If an attack cannot be deflected, it is blocked instead. Oh, it's a new jail. Reaper jail. Oh, that's cool.
You're gonna keep going. Be careful.
Right, this is where I came in, right? Yeah, because I was on the staircase.
Stay close.
Can I...
The real fight starts here.
There we go. Use the runic blades. I mean, I was using them for a bit. This hammer is kind of cracked though. Just does so much damage.
When push comes to shove, we shove back. Jeez, are they ants?
Oh boy. A lot of enemies here.
I totally missed that. Nice work.
Oh. Lucky that guy missed me. Can I interact with this thing? Oh, is this where I shot? I think this is where I shot the map guy. Oh, come on, man.
Real fight starts here.
Dude. Am I dead? I don't know if I'm coming back from that one.
Hey, you're up. Bet you're famished.
Is that where I died down there?
Oh, this is far from over.
Almost feel sorry for you.
I like the hammer, but bat rolling is not very nice. Surely there's no, like, kill box here, right? Like, I can just jump down.
I'm glad it didn't go to waste.
Oh, more weapon upgrades. The thing is, I don't think I can upgrade my weapons at the bonfires like it needs to be at a merchant. But I guess I can just fast travel back to the merchant.
Hey, you gonna leave that lying there?
Noah, I'm right here, man. Oh, a great sword. Ancient Hunter's Greatsword.
This should make things a little easier.
Is this a shortcut? Where does this go? Oh, it goes back here. I wonder if that part of the attack has a parry on it. Maybe not. Let's see. Coffin Breaker. Repeat the input to chain into a powerful smash. Oh. Oh. That's pretty good. How do I get that item? Oh yeah, let's try the... Oops. Seems decent. Man, that does a lot of damage. Holy crap. Is this another boss fight?
Be prepared. Things are about to get serious. Stay focused.
Oh my gosh. Just trying to parry, man. Okay, this guy's kind of dumping on me, chat. Dude, I can't parry him. How often can I be rezzed? Okay. There we go, there's a parry. Oh my. Noah, save me!
One more time, I'm with you.
Maybe I shouldn't just try to phase tank. I mean, I'm not trying to phase tank. I was trying to parry him, but that's so fast. Kind of getting wrecked. Noah? No!
Acceptable.
You may want to slow your roll a bit.
I don't know if you can parry that. God dang it, dude. There we go. The parry timing is kind of tough, actually. Oops. Okay, I can't really see.
Okay, how are we getting past this?
Hello, Arikato. Dude, I'm just like Alright, that instant attack is kind of BS. Oops. It's such a bait attack. Okay, you can hit the boss quite a bit too. What? I don't know if you can parry that attack. They did say some attacks can't be parried.
Stay focused. Seriously? Here you go.
Oh.
Unacceptable.
One more time, I'm with you.
That was a good try.
Oh, this is far from over.
Go. I should figure out how much time you have. How am I missing that? Dude, that insta hit is crazy. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do against that. I knocked him down. I tried to roll that, but... I don't know why I knocked him down the last time. God, I almost greeted it, dude.
Looks like it went well. Thanks to you, we can come here without issue. By the way, that forma you have, was it dropped by the horrors? There's no mistaking it. That's the forma I've been looking for. You have my thanks. Now we should be able to continue work on the bridge. I appreciate all you've done for us.
Yeah, the parry timing isn't that bad.
That should do it. You took care of the raiders, got rid of the horrors, and even found the forma.
Thanks, Noah.
I'm glad to have made such a
Wait, how do I
dependable
teleport
ally.
back? Oh, right,
Would you
this
be open to
thing.
living here on the island? Think about it. Let's...
I think something bad's gonna happen. Wait, where am I supposed to go now? I guess we'll go back to MagMell. Surprised there's not like a indicator or anything.
Just
Oh, there we
imagine
go.
the research that'll come out of those formae. But you're a strange one, all right. Skills like yours, and you're operating alone? How come? What's wrong?
Hold on. Is this an incursion? Hey, cut me loose now! At this rate, you'll be...
Noah Gaither.
No. So what's it gonna be? Exile? Execution? Whatever it is, just get it over with.
Very well. My ruling is as follows. The students who maligned your family are to be suspended. Have been suspended, technically speaking.
The hell helped
It'd be nice if they had this music in like the hub area or something. Said it's so quiet. Or maybe it will be in the hub now.
A trivial custom I hope to change. I'm looking for allies to join my cause. People like you. What do you say? Will you join me?
Valentin, do you seriously intend to make Noah your personal aide? After all, he's a former human, and our kinds don't mix.
Bloodlines are meaningless to me, friends. Surely you can't deny thy life. We are all equals.
Like it or not, where he goes, I go. So you better get used to it.
I hope you know what you're doing, because the way you two are going, very few will follow. Was that my memory? But how? And why now? Did your power do that? Was that... Did your... Hey, are you all right? Welcome back. Hell, you had me real worried for a sec there. I think we just went through something called an incursion. It's an anomaly, and a strange one. It happens to hunters that equip a revenant's heart. That
Seems like
vision,
for speedrunning's sake, you
definitely one
can
of my
skip the memories though.
Did you
Like
see
you
it
can
too?
just go through the dialogue right away.
Strange. Very strange. I don't think I've ever heard of incursions causing shared flashbacks. I'm no expert, though. I mean, hey, you're the first hunter I've entrusted with my taker, so... Still, I'm gonna look into this. If anything feels off, let me know.
Our work is already benefiting tremendously from your presence. Thank you, both of you.
Nah, our friend here did all the hard work. We may just have a keeper here.
Do my ears deceive me? Or was that a compliment, Noah? I'm glad you found yourself a partner in crime.
That's pushing it. I said they did a good job. What's the next move?
Yes. Urgent business has cropped up, which requires my attention elsewhere. I'm heading for the mainland immediately. It may be some time before I return. May I leave the island in your capable hands until then?
For all we know, more raiders may be on the island. Couldn't hurt for you to get away for a while.
Thank you. I truly do appreciate it. And before I go, here's the key to the tower on the hill. The tower is a sort of repository. It is where we store the forma we collect. Feel free to take any that catch your eye.
Whoa,
Get new abilities
someone's
here.
Feeling generous. You got time to discuss a raise for me too?
I am simply as eager as you to welcome the new talent.
Yeah, Valentin looks like a
In any
vampire.
case, MagMell is in your hands. Please, support Noah in my absence.
Valentin sure warmed up to you quickly. huh?
Valentin, sorry.
He's got more enemies than I've had broken bones. Believe me, he can use your talents. Alright, let's get you up to the forma storage tower.
I wonder what these blue... Where is that? When bathroom break? Why do you care? Ooh, what is this? Hat. Golden blood bead. Oh, there's like a big guy here.
The real fight starts here.
Oh. Get wrecked, dude. Rice. I guess that's... I don't really know what that blue symbol is. Maybe it's not anything. I'm not sure if you can mute the partner or not. Well, there's an upgrade material, though. Something over there, too. Was this Everjail? We haven't tried making food yet. I wonder, when are we... Oh, what? This thing is so shiny looking. Oh, it's an ability. Rising Twirl. Oh. Oh yeah, maybe it's like accessibility. I went to audio, but it's probably game settings, I guess. Ah, here we go. Nice. We really need to level up. Oh, what does this do? Each region is a home to a manifestation of the intense pathos seared into its history. Praying to these resonant spirits grants their blessing. The effects of these blessings take a number of forms, and they only apply in the relevant area. Oh. Ingrid the Servant. Huh. Let's go up to the corner here, see if there's anything. Oh, I need to get some food soon. I'm getting pretty hungry, chat. Got a new ability, though. A new forma. Forme. I don't think you can swim in this game. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose my currency. Wait, what's over here though? Try it. I don't want to have to come back though. If I die. I think this is where I was before. I don't think this is. Maybe this is where I got the legendary. It was kind of close, I guess. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong pin. This pin is debating me. Oh. We found a ruins.
The cavern is off limits. Orders from the Institute.
What?
No authorization, no entry. The cavern is off limits.
Screw you, dude. Let me in. I wonder if this is tied to like the main story and I just can't go here yet. Man, I was excited. Alright, well. That's fine. There's also a dungeon entrance here, but it doesn't... And one here. We... Yeah, this is... The game is open world as far as I could tell. Well, to a degree. I mean, I don't think we can leave the first area yet. I mean, I think all of this is other areas you can explore, but we are not very close to that. Yeah, we can level up. There will probably be a checkpoint coming up. It's okay. Thought this was an elevator at first. Let's see, can I equip this new ability? How do I see what weapon type it's for? Oh, it's for dual blades. Okay. Well, we can try the rune blades? No? Twin blades only, I guess? Yeah. And I want to... where was, like, the merchant? Was that in... I guess that was in MagMell, wasn't it? I kind of want to upgrade my weapon.
As you can see, this
Hi.
is the weapons shop. If you want anything, you better pay up.
Oh, I can purchase weapons. What? Twin Fangs of the Lone Wolf. There are only 10? Ancient Hunter's Hammer. Gaia Impact. Blazing Roar on the Twin Fang. Forestall. Okay, where was the...
I sell tools.
Oh yeah, what can we sell? How much is this stuff worth? Not much. These are categorized as valuables, so I guess maybe they're just meant to be sold, but they're not worth much. So maybe they could be like traded for something. I don't know, like 50 is really not very much. I'm just gonna hold on to them. Does anyone remember where the merchant was? It was like... Give gift. Oh. Here we go. Let's give her some wine.
Huh. Now there's a thoughtful gift.
Oh, you get points. Munchies? Increases the power of drain attacks. Fortify the user's defense against blood attacks. This variety is strawberry flavored. Oh, wow. Have some soap.
Huh.
That gave me 6 trading points.
This is such a hassle.
Because was it somebody in the hub or was it somebody outside? I can't
Thanks
remember.
for helping the boss.
I thought it was like the minion of...
I'll upgrade your weapons. And
Oh,
revolver.
here we go. At the upgrade workshop, you could upgrade weapons, jails, and enhance bequeath formae to improve their stats. Oh, I need haze.
Take good care.
Gosh dang it. Oh yeah, so I have 2 different blood codes. They said after you max out the blood code, you could speak to them to enhance it further, I think? I probably should have read that. Oh yeah, there's also item synthesis. I guess this is like cooking, kind of? Oh yeah. Effects continue until you touch a missile or die. Doesn't seem like we have the supplies to make anything except chemical lights. Honey, iron shards, egg, ground meat, soy sauce, salt, cheese, macaroni and cheese. Heck. Alright.
I'll upgrade your...
Gosh, this hammer gets so much damage. Seems like it just has really high base damage, this thing.
Take good care.
I think I'm probably gonna call it a night soon. It's getting pretty late. I'm kind of hungry. I'm glad I decided to play a few hours tonight though. Which, by the way, chat, we are. I was not expecting a cutscene here.
With it, we could truly unlock the full extent of my time-traveling abilities. This forma can link people's pathos. There we go. Integration complete. Now, I can travel to and from the past at will. Good. Finally. We are now ready to carry out our mission.
All these formae around, and you went straight for that one. Interesting. Ah, I get it. Infiltrating this place was your aim all along, wasn't it? It's all good. We're on the same side after all. Besides, you earned it. Don't let me stop you. What the?
Knew something bad was gonna happen.
Raiders making their move, huh? Wasn't expecting them to target the tower first. I can cut them off below. That should at least give you enough time to escape. You got what you came for, right? This isn't your fight anymore. So long. If I get out of this one alive, let's do this again.
God Eater? No.
It's true we got what we came here for, but... Do you remember the statue of that revenant I showed you in the present? One of those statues was Noah. If fate runs its course, Noah will die fighting the raiders, and the others here won't fare much better.
Oh, it was that statue of the guy getting bayoneted? We have to save them.
Good. That is exactly what I was hoping you would say. Let's go. We should hurry after Noah before it's...
Is it already too late?
We're being pulled back into our present. No, but only Lady Lavinia could do... It's too powerful. I can't stop this jump.
Welcome home. I see you were able to obtain the forma you needed. I know I didn't tell you of the recall forma, but I trust you understand. It was a critical precaution. I set it to automatically initiate a jump and return you to the present as soon as Lu's power became whole. Regardless, you should now have all that you need to fulfill your true mission and save this world. We shall discuss the details at MagMell.
Wait, please. We can still save MagMell in the past.
Lu? Need I remind you that tampering with history, unless under the most extreme of circumstances, is strictly forbidden? Any change to past events is bound to distort the present. Think of the consequences. What will you do if your meddling ends up costing more lives? I need you to understand. You, of all people, must never lose
He's like
sight
freaking
of
10 feet tall, dude.
I shall be expecting you both at MagMell.
Our focus, our true objective, is to save this world. Our current world. I know that. I do. Now is not the time to waver. And yet... What's that? It can't be. Noah's pathos? It's glowing because of your bond with Noah. The pathos bore through time. I can use my current powers to trace its glow and take us back
we
to
can
MagMell
actually go
Island
back.
in the past. but Lady Lavinia's stance is also a valid one. We can save Noah, or leave things the way they are. I leave
Well,
the
we don't
decision
have
to
to
you.
save Noah. Like with missiles, you could fast travel to bonds which lead to other eras from the map. I mean, there might be like a fight though, if you do this section. I assume you can go back and forth, probably.
You wish to head to MagMell of the past? You've decided to save Noah then? Very well. Let's get to work.
Yeah.
Fully developing my time travel ability has awoken a new power within. This is a weapon unique to Revenants.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
What is known as a bequeathed forma. I am
Oh.
certain it will be useful in the battles to come.
A special axe that generates a temporal force field. Striking with the axe creates a wide area shockwave. The axe's swing can easily break through shield defenses, and the resulting field builds up the slow status ailment. Okay, so that's the offensive. 769 damage? Holy crap. I think it uses 5 Ichor. Damn. That's pretty cool. It's like a giant circular attack. I wonder if I can just jump down here. What if I do like... Alright, whatever. Let's go down. I just wanted to try. I just want to fight the boss, man.
That ring. France, is that you? Damn it. There's no getting through to him. Curs! Damned wretched curs! They would dare to shoot us so low! Hang in there, friends! I'll set you free! I'll find a way!
The Bayonetta.
What are you doing here? Loyal to a fault, you are. Thanks, my friend. Brace yourself.
He was
Not
the
like
statue.
others. This isn't gonna be an easy fight.
Get inside me, Noah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, what is that? I'm having a rough time here in the chat. Dude, chill, bro! I need the parry.
Here you go.
My gosh. I'm getting wrecked. Is there like a respawn thingy that I could set here? Probably not.
This is far from over.
There we go. Wow, that's so slow. Okay, you gotta dodge to the side for that. Man, I don't know how I'm supposed to avoid that, actually. Holy crap, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to... Dude, this guy is crazy. What in the... Okay, I don't know, man. Maybe parrying this on this fight is not the play. I'm thinking. How does this work again? We could also try a different weapon. And if we, I don't know, if we maxed out a weapon, we'd probably be having a bit of an easier time too, I reckon. I don't know if the hammer's probably not a good idea.
The real fight starts here.
Is this okay? Crazy how he punishes like that. Oh?
France, you in there?
Don't. I'm finished. I'm sorry. Valentin, I found a confidant in you. I remember the day. In hindsight, I was too stubborn. I wanted to join you and take on the world. But I couldn't. I wasn't ready. I was weak.
I'm not sure what's going on.
France.
Did we beat him, or is he gonna morb?
Finish me. tie by your hand. With no regrets. Forgive me.
Oh. I think he's dead, chat.
Sorry. Somehow I still ended up dragging you into my mess. No injuries, I hope. What?
He's dead. He's suffered enough. And yet they'd still run his corpse into the ground! Those sick bastards! Hold on, friends. I won't let them disgrace you like this! Oh, this is far from over!
Jesus, dude. I'm getting kind of wrecked. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna try. I think I might be able to switch to the hammer. Because I think we can change. Wait, can I change? What does my partner bonuses have? Partners have unique weapons and weapon forma. They will assist with support forma even while assimilated. Partner will gain levels as you do. Partner's attack power is also affected by the upgrade level of the highest level jail in your possession. What do you mean cannot change it? Oh, okay. I guess because we're saving Noah or whatever. Try the rising twirl. Well, or we can... I guess I can just change my blood code whenever. Yeah, the Guardian's Heart has more strength. I think with that... Yeah, we can use the hammer and still do a normal roll. Alright, time to smash.
The real fight starts here.
Dude, I can barely see the boss. I don't know if I like this. I actually, like, can't see.
Seriously? Here you go.
This is Jover, chat. That's fine. Honestly, I don't know if I want to use the hammer. There's a camera setting to zoom out. Doesn't seem like it. Honestly, the daggers were good because at least they're fast. I'm not sure which blood code I should use, though. This one survives a fatal hit. Attack power increase with consecutive hits. That's probably good for us. Maybe it's better to just block instead of try to go for the parries. I mean, this thing has 100 guard against physical.
This is far from over.
I guess I should just sprint to avoid that. Well, that was really stupid. I don't know if you can parry that. Oh, okay, that was my bad.
Acceptable.
I need to see how the move. Hold on, I want to see how the move. How did the moves on this thing work? And hold the input on this to do. Oh, lowers your defense and increases attack power. Okay. You leave all these slash marks on the target, and I wasn't sure if you could like detonate them or something. But I guess it's just a visual thing.
The real fight starts here.
Yeah, no, we can't. Yeah, we are doing a lot more damage. You're right. And I'm like trying to dodge, but you can do a lot of hits before you have to take the riposte. 3,000. Okay, nice. That's all right. Phase 2. Can we skip this? Oh yeah, we can. Oh, that delay, man. Okay, this guy is so punishing. Dude, what the heck, man? This guy is crazy. Ah, what am I doing? I don't know how to avoid that either. Yeah, the dodging is kind of slow. I feel like I can't dodge his combos because they're so fast. Some of them is just my mistake, but that like double spin attack, I don't really know how I'm supposed to deal with that. I'm not enjoying this camera experience very much. man, stop doing that attack. Okay, so you can hit a parry in between that. Thought he was close to the transition. Oh, I dodged it. Nice. Oh, oops. All right, that's fine. That's fine. No, I think we got this. Well, I don't know. Phase 2, I don't know if we got that. Yeah, I don't think I can parry that. Oh, he has a follow-up for that? Dude, my camera. Dude, how am I, I actually don't know when I'm supposed to heal against this guy. Like, he input reads you with that move. I guess if you're far enough away, he doesn't. Yeah, you can't parry that.
Acceptable.
So hard to hit the parry on that. Doesn't do damage at least. That does a lot of damage, that axe. Okay. Dude, like, seriously, when am I supposed to heal? I genuinely don't understand. Right, he does a follow-up. Teleport. Double. Too early. Follow-up. I don't know how you dodged that attack either, really. That attack is so delayed.
Acceptable.
Maybe you have time to heal when you fight with a buddy. Yeah, that's probably true. It's just crazy how he input reads your heal and then just charges across the arena and interrupts you. It's like, how am I... Like, I dodge his combo, go for a heal the moment it ends, and then I just get screwed anyways. Oops, that's my bad. I guess we should use the weapon buff that makes us deal more damage as well. It's so delayed. That you have to dodge that like so perfectly. I mean, we can parry that attack. Oh, I got another res.
Acceptable. Well, yeah, I mean, I have my partner's like buffs. Is there anything else I can make? I don't really think there's much else I can do to make this easier. Well, I could upgrade my weapon a bit further if I wanted, but I don't think I can teleport anywhere. And I don't really have... I don't know if I have anything I can use that gives me more haze. Because you need haze to upgrade. Upgrade the weapon further. The rifle. I don't think this guy's gonna let me use the rifle, to be honest. This guy's way more aggressive than the other boss that we fought. No, I think our blood code's okay. Look at the damage when I have the weapon buff applied. That is so fast, it's crazy. And it's like this boss is so fast, and I just the moments, the opportunities you have to use these like slow abilities is it feels like very, very little. We just I don't know. We should probably try to parry him. I mean, parrying is really strong. If you can parry him, he goes down fast, but I wonder if I could have dodged that. God, dude, it's like you don't get to like breathe against this boss. It's so hard to dodge that like the follow-up AoE because it has like lingering hitbox, and if you roll it too early, I don't know, maybe I should roll away from it, or maybe I can jump it. Oh, maybe I can jump it. I guess we should try that.
The real fight starts here.
Sorry for not instantly parrying like Dude, that I can't get that roll timing. Like, thought I was gonna jump the hand slam. Yeah, but then I just kind of went back into my muscle memory because I've been streaming for 10 hours and I'm fucking tired and I just want to get something to eat, but I'm stubborn and I want to beat the boss, so I kind of forgot.
This is far from over.
Man, I don't know how, like... I know they said that your dodge effectiveness is, like, bad if you... Oh, I'm dead.
Acceptable.
They said your dodge effectiveness is worse if, you're, like, over-encumbered or whatever, but I don't think I'm over-encumbered at all. Oh, well, actually, maybe my fortitude? Because it says I guess I'm at 14 fortitude. Although it seems like all the weapon, I'm at 14 for everything, so. Yeah, Cypher, okay. Doesn't seem like it's possible for me to even have light roll at this point. I don't know if I can parry this guy in phase 2, like, at all. I think there's like one attack that I can parry. You can parry that. And I don't know how to avoid some of these attacks. Like, that has a range limit at least. I tried to jump, but... I'm like actually gonna crash out. This fucking boss. This fucking boss. Like, I don't know. I'm actually just getting fucked. Like, maybe I should try to roll away. I guess rolling away and like, I don't know, dude. I'm just actually getting destroyed. Close enough. Just trying to figure out how to dodge some of these attacks. I genuinely, I don't understand how you're meant to dodge some of these. The timings are shockingly precise. I don't think you can jump. And you can't. I don't think you can parry that like quick attack either. I think the best strat is to bait, like, if I parry him, he's gonna die so fast, but it's, I swear, he only has like one parryable attack in phase 2.
Real fight starts here.
Oh wait, you can actually parry it, it's just super early. We rolled it, nice. I don't know. I can hold. Oh my god. Okay. I'm sorry for healing. I'm sorry. I think you can just only heal when he does that combo.
like you should be able to jump that attack. Why can't you jump? Like, I think I can parry the red attack. I'm dead. I don't know how you're supposed to avoid that either. Oh, well, actually, I'm not dead yet. This is a tough fight, dude. Actually, I mean, I'm probably just tired and it's making this harder and I'm hungry, but am I really not able to punish that? So hard to dodge that, dude. Like you have to dodge it like literally perfectly. I just missed. Guess you can get a big punch when it does that move. Use the axe? I tried using the axe, but like every time I used it, he just destroyed me. Like the axe takes so long to use. I don't know, this boss was so fast. It felt like you had no time to like go for any attacks at all.
We might not have always seen eye to eye.
Maybe the axe would have been good. I don't know.
I always respected what you could do.
I didn't know when to use it.
I won't let your sacrifice go to waste.
Yeah, of course it's beatable. This fight was hard, though.
I bet you have plenty of questions. The creature that attacked us, he used to go to school with Valentin and me. Ideologically, we were like oil and water, but the guy was razor sharp.
I'm not sure how you're supposed to be able to tell what attacks are parryable and what aren't. Because I swear, like, 90% of his moveset was unparryable.
We went our separate ways,
but maybe I was just mistiming it.
I always thought our common goal would bring us together in the end. When I say academy, I mean the establishment run by Voda House. And Valentin, he's next in line to the throne. In other words, eventually, he'll be the most powerful figure out here on the frontier. Not to mention the dozen other hats he wears. Formologist, judicial magistrate of revenant affairs. Guy's too damn talented for his own good. Problem is, not everyone likes
yeah, there's different types of parries.
Hands-on as Valentin is.
He does have a pretty long neck.
Wants to put a stop to Valentin's research. The Raiders and France.
Underleveled for the boss? I don't think so. I mean, this is like an early game boss, but I think this was optional. Like, you didn't have to come over here and save Noah.
You're more than welcome to tag along if you want, but hey,
or maybe it wasn't optional, but I think it was.
Oh, that's right. I got you this little going away present. Here, give me your hand for a second.
Yeah, maybe this boss would have been like...
Not bad for my first time. That right there is a summoning forma.
Hold on.
You can use it to call me to your aid, instantly too, even from a pretty fair distance. Least I can do after you stuck your neck out so much for me. Anyway, hit me up whenever you need a hand, all right? Well, I'll be seeing you.
If you're able to parry more of those guys' attacks, I could see the fight being like pretty easy. But yeah, that fight was hard. It felt like most of the attacks couldn't be parried. And it felt like he only did the charge attack when you were like that a charge attack with the red glow. He would always do that as a punish, like while you're in the middle of doing something. You can parry all of his claw attacks. Maybe you can parry the teleporting one too. Because all it takes is like 2 or 3 parries and the boss is like freaking dead. Like in phase 1, we just, you know, we did a few R1s and then we do 3 parries and then the boss. You can do so much damage when you parry the boss because they sit there in the riposte state for like 10 seconds.
Fend off the attack.
I don't think I'm in like the main open world area yet.
Falls, changing the course of history. Ready to return to the present? Or would you like to see more of MagMell before we leave? The choice is up to you. Please look.
The dungeon that was closed, maybe it's open now. Well, that dungeon probably exists in the present world as well.
These are all the changes that took effect in present-day MagMell. It's a new future, one forged by our own hands. There's no time to waste. I think we should go check on Noah and the others. Let's return to the Institute. One way or another, we're going to need to get a first-hand look at how our actions affected the timeline.
Am I next normal?
Lady Lavinia.
You should know I am able to observe alterations to our timeline. You cannot hide what you have done. I see that my warning has not been heeded.
That's not true. I'm just as much to blame.
So long as you both did what you believe to be right, I will respect that decision. But remember this. If nothing else, the effects of changing time are both profound and unpredictable. Who knows what will come? Your actions have rejected the past, denied
Holy, look up.
history as it once was. Now, with the strength of your sincere will, you have saved those people and paved a new future. 100 years of history was forever changed, and with it, the world itself. Truly, the potential of man is beyond reckoning. Now, proceed to MagMell. There is someone who very much wishes to see you. Now, proceed to MagMell. There.
Imagine the back pain. I don't know. She's pretty big. She can handle those. There is a photo mode, chat. You know, if you want to just get a good look at your characters. He knows what you're doing, chat.
Phew. I'm glad to see you're okay.
Excuse me? But thank you for saving us. You?
Hey, it's the Revenant Hunter.
Oh, gosh. Oh, it's the statue, right.
The statue, it's...
Oh. Dang. It's disappearing before our very eyes. Oh, a chest. Shield of Stupor. Hmm. Oh, it has, 19 willpower. Oh, that's not good. Oh, it's the shield that was making my stats go too high. I see. Because now I should be on, like... I guess this is, like, the fastest roll. It's faster than normal. I don't know. Why are high stats bad? Well, you don't want to go over the stat requirement because then your rolls become, like, worse or something like that. I'm on normal roll. How do you get, like, the high performance one? I must have not read how this works properly. Maybe I'm on the fastest roll. I think the attack power increases with consecutive hits on this bloodline. It's helping a lot. What can we talk to Lou about?
Our time in battle has further fortified the bonds of our blood.
Ah.
I believe you now have the capacity to better handle the power of mine. With this new blood code, I grant you more of my power.
Okay, so yeah, you need to talk to the NPCs to get, like, the upgrades. Bloodline 2. Bat. Launches a fang-tipped arrow with bat wings. Swarm of bats descends and continuously drains blood from the enemy struck by the arrow. Bats disappear after a set amount of blood drained. If the distance between the target and the user is great, the bat's drain rate decreases. Becomes too great, the bats vanish immediately. Oh, it's a jail. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's a little bright.
Our time in battle has further fortified the... I believe you now with this new blood...
So we have Lou 2 now. I wonder if that increased the stats that she has on it. So do I have Lou equipped right now? Yes. But I guess wait, can I upgrade Noah? Because it doesn't seem like I can change my partner to Noah. Unless the Guardian's Heart. Because, like, Lou, you can always talk to Lou. I guess Noah isn't our summon anymore. At least not for now. But we do have his blood code. Oh yeah, we have both of them. It doesn't replace it. Yeah, you can see it's just an overall stat increase. And that's nice. I can't remember, can you see how much riposte damage a weapon does? I don't know. Oh, the weapon type also determines your dodge effectiveness, I guess. Because if I put on this weapon, I can do the fast dodging. I don't know how to...
I don't know how to increase Noah's, like, blood code. Because it's good, and I would like to. I mean, I guess I just need to max the proficiency, and then something will happen. You would think with all the boss fighting I did that would be enough. Because my stats are below half cap. Oh, okay, that's how it works. I see. So it's not based on the weapon type, it's based on the stats, which that's what I figured, but I wasn't sure exact. That explains why that's the halfway point is marked. There's just been a lot of info, so it's just hard to remember everything. You only get proficiency on kills. That would make sense. All right, chat, I'm gonna call it a night here. I'm enjoying this game so far. That last fight was pretty tough. I think if I wasn't tired and hungry, I probably would have beaten it a little bit faster, but yeah, that last fight was, kind of messed me up. We only had a 2-hour sponsor for the game, but I don't know. I was having fun, and I'm stubborn. I wanted to beat that last boss, and then get to like a checkpoint. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, chat. We will continue with Code Vein. Maybe we'll do some more Bloodborne randomizer. I'm not 100% sure. I'm enjoying this game though. Yeah, we'll see. The Bloodborne rando was a lot of fun as well, so I may also do more Bloodborne rando potentially. Yeah, you guys can all I want to say thanks again to Bandai Namco for sponsoring the stream. You guys can all check out the game by clicking the panel below the stream or typing !Code Vein in the chat. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some dinner, guys. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna give a raid